This is where a new season begins. Parc Exposé at Rallye Perce Neige, round 1 of the 2016 Canadian Rally Championship in Maniwaki, Quebec. Teams are gearing up for an epic season. 8-time champion Antoine Lestage has returned as factory driver for Subaru Rally Team Canada.
Yeah, starting the 2016 season, I feel great. Perce Neige Rally, very difficult conditions, like often it is. There's a lot of good competition this week and a bunch of very fast drivers with good cars. So yeah, I think it will be very interesting today.
Alex Belland and the Can-Jam team are here with their entirely new wide-body STI, expecting to give Lestage a run for his money.
Feel really good. We're missing a little bit of time testing, but we've got a long day to do, so we'll get the time to get used to it.
And behind them, there are as many as 15 teams eager to take a step onto the podium. In two-wheel drive, reigning champion Simon Dubé is back, but he faces a re-energized field of competition from all across the country. This season will certainly be filled with surprises. As the teams are waved from the start, their 2016 Canadian Rally Championship journey begins. Just 2 short months ago, the end of an exhilarating rally season was coming to a close. As the champagne fell, there was a moment to look back on the year. Lestage, a long-time privateer, slid into his new role as the factory Subaru driver with ease.
New car, new season. It's exciting. I'm really happy.
But he wasn't invincible. Joël Levac and Sylvain Vincent both found the top step of the podium. Rising stars also found their rhythm in 2015. Carole Carré, Jeremy Norris, Maxime Labrie, mountain bike star Brandon Semenuk. These emerging talents all found their way to the champagne spray. In two-wheel drive, Simon Dubé, King of the East, found himself holding the two-wheel drive belt yet again.
Wow! Champion again, and a good way to finish.
If 2015 was about heart, 2016 will certainly be about soul. A contingent of Western Canadian competitors are expected to battle from coast to coast, and Eastern teams are responding in return. A new 7th event, the Big White Rally in British Columbia, has helped balance the calendar. And the ability to drop the worst result should result in a dramatic title fight across the classes. But for the moment, 32 teams are ready to take on over 200 kilometers of treacherously icy stages in a single day. The Canadian Rally Championship is presented by Subaru Canada, confidence in motion. Rallye Perce Neige is a test of endurance, and it starts early. Subaru Canada's Antoine Lestage with his new co-driver Darren Garrett are first on the road. New rules allowing street-legal studded tyres have increased the available tyre choices, but Lestage has opted for tried and tested tractionized ice tyres. He may soon be second-guessing his decision. Just across the finish line, and he's well off into the snowbank. His second fastest time counts, but they are stuck and must get moving to the next stage. The clock is ticking.
Are we past the finish?
Yes.
Alex Belland and Lynn Murphy are experiencing the first stages in their new Subaru Monster. The Can-Jam prepared car has been highly anticipated. It's not every day this level of machinery makes a debut. They still need time behind the wheel, but they will be fast this year. The father-son duo of Maxime and Robert Labrie haven't had much success on snow before. Maxime's all-out style often catches him out in the tricky conditions. Raw speed isn't a problem, so a little restraint and some studded tyres at this rally might be the perfect recipe. The added grip of even just normal street studs are a welcome addition for many privateers. Jean-Sébastien Besner, best known for a steady and consistent approach, is fastest on stage 1 and third overall after 3 stages.
Et gauche 6 cote 50 mètres, garde la droite après la bosse 6 pour gauche 6 cote shirt.
His rival, Carol Carré, is also on a tear in the opening stages. He finished third here last year and right off the bat is sitting second overall with several fastest stage times. André and René Leblanc are also making waves. The top cars are lined up at the start of the next stage and Subaru Rally Team Canada squeaks in just in time. They're out of the snowbank and have avoided any time penalties. The frustration of the rough start could throw Lestage off his game. He's the obvious favourite and will want to build a lead before the long loops of stages later in the day. Lestage is back to top times, but his lead isn't growing as expected. Maybe he's got a mechanical issue. Maybe the wrong tyre choice? Or maybe the champ knows this is a long, hard rally and patience will pay off. Rocket Rally stablemate Dave Nicol may be learning the same lessons. Nicol was fast last year, but struggled to keep it on the road. He's looking to improve in that department this year. The 2015 novice champion is taking the opposite approach. Jeremy Norris has an older generation car that isn't the same level as some of the top teams, so he's opted to take big risks to stay within range. It's a brave strategy in these conditions. A few close calls so far, but he's still in the hunt. In two-wheel drive, Simon Dubé is up to his usual tricks. He sits 8th overall after 3 stages, but a broken CV joint is about to put a serious damper on his event. The studded tyres are a perfect match for the two-wheel drive teams who need every bit of grip they can find.
Droite 3 plus over crest, et gauche 5 referment 3 plus.
With Dubé sidelined for the moment, Nicolas Lavadière takes over the class lead. 15th overall and less than a minute ahead of Graham Bruce in the Porsche. After 6 stages, Lestage trails Carol Carré by 8 seconds. Besner narrowly holds down third, ahead of Leblanc, Labrie and Lozier. With more than 3/4 of the rally remaining, a quick stop at the service park is in order when we come back. Beautiful Maniwaki, Quebec has welcomed back all the competitors from the opening 6 stages of the 2016 Canadian Rally Championship, and the leaderboard is a little different than expected.
Everything's okay for us apart from at the end of the second stage. I went off after the flying finish. I was stuck in a bank for a little bit and the Leblancs stopped and pulled me out, so that was really nice of them, so thanks to that. But the last time I tried the studded tires, we did a little test back-to-back and I was more comfortable with the tractionized tires, but apparently everybody was struggling. With the times you're giving me now, maybe I should review my choice.
If you can't beat them on experience, enlist those who have it. The Leblancs have Canadian rally legend Frank Sprungel on their side.
Just play it smart, right? A lot of guys already gone off. If you do well, we drink. If not, I'll punch you in the head.
Yeah, finally it worked better than I expect. It was really fun. Sometimes it's really slippery, sometimes you have a lot of traction, so it's gambling. We need to be there at the end of this leg. We will see really where we are, but yeah, it's cool to be battling for the top 5, yep.
Carol Carré started down the order, so he's got to be surprised with his current success.
It went well. Actually, I'm surprised about the results. We're just having fun for now. We're doing our way up the road, and so far it looks that it's paying off. The studded tires were incredible. We've done a lot of research to have the perfect combination, and it went well, yeah.
Sylvain Eriksson had come expecting to fight for the win, but a last-minute mechanical issue has him running a very different car.
We just dropped the car from the trailer last night, and we have an issue problem with the engine. And the organization of the Perce Neige gave me his car, and this morning it's going not too bad at the first stage. But after that, we missed a corner and we lost, I don't know, 12, 13 minutes, something like that. We're just going to go to be at the end and just get fun.
In two-wheel drive, Graham Bruce has a horsepower advantage, but it's not all it's cracked up to be.
It's really hard to find any grip, and this car, with the power and the balance, the back end is coming out all over the place. So it's been a lot of fun, but it's been a really big learning experience as well.
That leaves Nicolas Lavadière and Vincent Trudel in the class lead.
J'ai pas regardé aucun temps, on essaie de faire notre course. Là, les vrais stages commencent, les vrais stages pour hommes sont plus longs pour la concentration, mais sont plus prévisibles. Il y a un mélange de neige et glace, donc on va continuer de faire notre mieux.
Teams make their final tweaks as the 25-minute service time expires. One by one, they exit to the stages. Some hoping for better luck, others feeling good about getting back on the road. With 2/3 of the rally remaining, there's still lots of time to make a mark on the leaderboard. Duct tape, a clean windshield, and an 80-kilometre loop of stages are up next when we come back.
Subaru has been in Canada for a long time, building a reputation as champions in the toughest of conditions. 11-time Canadian Rally Manufacturers Champion and counting. Claim your own piece of history for $29,995. Subaru, confidence in motion.
Welcome back to Rallye Perce Neige. Teams now head into the deep forest, where most agree the true challenge awaits. A long, difficult loop of stages will definitely shake up the leaderboard. Lestage isn't happy with second place, and he doesn't like surprises, so he's expected to turn up the dial. But only a few kilometres into the stage, red lights on the dash signal the end of any hope of taking back the lead. They pull off the stage, shut down the engine, and now have to look ahead to round 2 in May.
Yeah, we were in the Kitigan-Zibi stage, first of the long stages. I really wanted to push hard, and we started on a strong rhythm. But after only 1K, the low oil pressure alarm came on, and we did another K, and the engine cried enough. So DNF at the rally that I really like. In the first round of the championship, not good, but that's motorsport.
3, 2, 1.
Lestage's misfortune adds a little breathing room for Carol Carré, but he too is suddenly out of the running.
Gauche 4 plus. Fini. Plus. On est plus. T'en as plus? Non. Ok, on va se trouver une place sec.
Mechanical failure has him stopped before he even passes Lestage further down the stage. With the top 2 suddenly out of the running, LeBlanc is now vying for the overall lead, an unprecedented position for this young man. He's left Lestage and Carré behind him on the roadside, but seems to be keeping a level head. Their lines are clean and middle of the road, and find themselves just 15 seconds behind Labrie at the stage finish. Besnard and Joyal are up to 3rd, nipping at the heels of the LeBlancs. He's keeping them in his crosshairs, and on the next stage will make his move up to 2nd overall. The quiet assassins this weekend might just be Simon and Eric Lozier. For the first 7 stages, they never factored into the top 5 times, but patience is paying off. On stage 8, they post the 2nd fastest time and are up to 4th overall. And speaking of turning it up, Simon Dubé, after dropping over 15 minutes with mechanical problems and time penalties, is on a mission. Winning the class is all but out of the question, but he needs to find the podium to kickstart his title defence. He's not wasting any time with a pair of top 6 stage times. At the top of the two-wheel drive leaderboard, Graham Bruce has a battle on his hands. But he's not looking at the leaderboard. He's just trying to keep his historic Porsche's horsepower in check and pointing the right direction. Bruce maintains 2nd in class, but the gap to Lavadière in the lead is growing. Back in all-wheel drive, Jeremy Norris is laying down some top times. He's not holding back, but after this moment, he'll wish he had. Despite heavy damage, the team is okay. Behind them, the two-wheel drive leaders arrive on the scene to find the road blocked. Both Norris and co-driver Jeff Hagan are out of the car waving them down. The stage is cancelled until stage crews can get things sorted.
You all right? Are you okay?
Yeah, I think I'm okay, but we won't get through. We can't get through.
Okay.
Just sit on the side. We'll be there, okay?
After witnessing Dave Nickel in 2015, it's hard to believe this is the same man behind the wheel. His lines are clean and risks reduced. He's learning to harness his right foot, and it's starting to pay off. Another driver not known for holding back, Alexandre Belland, is steadily getting to grips with the new car. With the majority of the season on gravel, this is a perfect low-impact test for the new ride. He'll no doubt make a big mark on this championship later this year. But without a doubt, the biggest mark being made today is by Maxime Labrie, who has taken firm control of this event on these longer stages. A string of 10 stage wins has given him over a minute lead to his closest rival. Labrie's confidence on the white stuff is quickly growing. After 11 of 15 stages, the gap to Besnard in second is now a minute 12. The Loziers move up into a podium position after mechanical issues slowed LeBlanc on the last stages of the loop. Lavadière is holding down first in two-wheel drive, 11th overall. The second and final service is upon us, and then the final stages for all the marbles after the break. We're in the thick of it at Rallye Perce Neige in Maniwaki, and the pre-event predictions have been shattered. Last year's podium teams have all faltered, and the door is wide open for those who remain in the hunt. With the final 85 kilometers of stages left to run, and cars starting to feel the strain of rallying, this 40-minute service is the last chance for teams to ensure their cars are in order. A last chance to go over every detail to ensure a strong finish.
In the middle of the first stage, Kilian ZB, I broke the front right axle, so basically I did the complete loop, rear-wheel drive. So we lost probably 2 to 3 minutes on other competitor, but yeah, we're still fourth, it's amazing. We will probably try to go up to third place.
So LeBlanc is planning an attack. Labrie did, and it paid off.
You know, the rhythm was just there, you know, felt good, the car was good, the setup is good, so, and my co-driver was also giving me the notes at the right time. So it all, I guess, came together.
For Simon Lozier, a 10-second gap ahead of fourth isn't big enough.
It's really good, actually. I'm really happy with my tires. The stages are quite nice. It's better than what I was expected. It's a little bit rough, and I don't know if I will be able to manage to keep my third position, but this is the goal. I would like.
The Canadian Rally Championship is presented by Subaru Canada. Confidence in motion. Labrie's blue and orange Subaru takes to the final loop of stages. They lead this rally. It's a position they aren't used to being in, and they're likely a little surprised by their current position. This is where a level head is key, and where experience takes over, something Robert in the co-driver seat has in spades. Jean-Sébastien Besnard also has the experience to know that second is a fantastic start to the season, and greed can be costly. With over a minute gap ahead and behind him, there's no point risking everything to chase the win. The LeBlancs, on the other hand, are simply too close to third to hold back. They were faster than Lozier earlier in the day, but a small error in the dark puts them in the snowbank, their hopes of a podium dashed. The Loziers can breathe easy, now comfortably in third overall.
5 minus short. And crest caution, right 4, tightens into long left 3. Right 5, caution, long left 3.
Dave Nickel has seen much attrition in front of him, but he's played it cool. His newfound maturity behind the wheel is rewarded with 4th overall.
Right, 5 minus keep in, very slippy, and 30. Right, 4 minus way in late into crest.
After a mechanical issue and time penalties, the defending two-wheel drive champion, Simon Dubé, has clawed his way back up the leaderboard. With some staggering times, including a 4th fastest overall, he's back on the two-wheel drive podium. An unbelievably committed and impressive drive, to say the least.
Left over crest et tout droit 4 long off camber, over 2 crest se referme.
Sometimes snowbanks save you, sometimes they do the opposite. Lavadière and Trudel will see the win slip between their fingers with this off, which means the class lead is handed over to the rear-wheel drive Porsche of Graham Bruce and Martin Burnley. They keep the back wheels behind them and the car right side up. Sometimes that's all it takes to come out on top. With stage miles winding down, the father-son duo of Maxime and Robert Labrie cross the final time control with their lead intact. Their first national victory done and in the bag, and top championship points to begin their season.
Il lève-très d'odeur ça sent le brûlé.
Ah ouais, ça fait 4 feux de foyer qu'on passe. 4 feux de bois.
The national podium is rounded out by Jean-Sébastien Besnier and Yvan Joyal in second, Simon and Eric Lozier in third. Graham Bruce and Martin Burnley in the Porsche take the two-wheel drive win.
I am astounded. Our strategy was not to look at any stage times, not to look at anything, just try and stay on the road, and that seems to work. I also am amazed how Simon Dubé came back and how well he did. It helps if you know what you're doing out here.
Hey, yeah. Hey, after almost 10 years of national rally, I finished 4 tons of times, but never third or 2 or first, so it's my first podium. Really happy.
Well, you know, when you're 43, you have to use your brain once in a while. You might not be the quickest, but try at least to be the smartest. Very happy to be here, second place. No scary moments, so yeah, it's really nice to be here.
It is our first national win. You know, we've been on the podium a couple of times, but we didn't really have good history with winter rallies, so a win here is really unexpected, and we're really, really happy.
The champagne pops to unexpected results and new faces on the podium. The usual suspects have some catching up to do, and those on top have a new fight on their hands. I'm Neil Cole, and this is just the beginning of an exciting 2016 Canadian Rally Championship.